do need to. I'll make the bet slip.
Do
Brandon, what's your pick?
Fuck. Cincinnati plus 1.5. Oh, we're live.
We're recording.
We're recording.
Hell yeah! Welcome back.
All right, Brandon. Take it.
Sick. That's you, Brandon.
Oh, welcome back to another episode of Two Plane Sports. Yeah, we're going to talk about some OU Kent State, the Golden Flashes. Michael Hawkins back in the saddle. Throw some college football picks of the week out there and just have a good time. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let's hang out.
You really sold me on your passion there.
Let's go, Kent State. Game week.
What are you going to Kent State for?
No, I said game week. You got to listen to the whole sentence. I'm hyped.
What are you guys most excited for in the Kent State game?
Emily Taylor, you started off then. You're hyped.
I am excited to see how many we can win by. I think the line's like 45.5, and I won't be betting that.
A lot of points.
It's a lot of points. I think that's what I saw when I was looking at the slate. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm excited to see Hawk do his thing. He had some interviews this week talking about like how he thinks that he's developed better under Ben Arbuckle, which I'm sure he has, and just being around John Mateer, he's just gotten better. Which I mean, we've talked about this before. Like in a year, naturally, you're going to get better, or you should. So I'm excited to see how he plays and how the rest of the team plays, and just fine tuning everything going into Red River.
Yeah, I mean, and the team's just better. We're not going to get the injury report this week because it's not an SEC game, but I'm very curious to see like guys like Giovanni Gibson and Eli Bowen. Like we've been hearing that they're back in practice and doing this and that. Do we see them on the field for the first time this season on Saturday? That would be kind of fun. Is this the Jaden Ott week, which we alluded to in our last show that we recorded? I think it'd be kind of cool to see him out there. Maybe being the guy that we thought he was going to be this offseason when he committed to Oklahoma. And then I'm going to go ahead and say this is the week we get a turnover. We are still the only FBS team in the country, I think, that is without a turnover through 6 weeks of the season now. I think it's week 6. I'm going to go ahead and say this is the week that changes and the Oklahoma defense forces a turnover against Kent State. And then, I think once you get one, it just kind of starts rolling.
And it's confirmed that Giovanni is playing this weekend. So he gets a warm-up game before Red River, which is good. He probably needs to get some conditioning in and a real football game. I think Eli is the same. Pretty sure he is. So we'll see a team that has everyone but the quarterback, which is a good start. I mean, not ideal, but if you're going to miss a game, this is the game to miss it. If you're John Mateer, as we've been saying for the past week and a half or so. At this point, I hope that we can complete a shutout. We've been close twice, and the offense just gives up 3 points basically. So let's try to get that done. Finish a game with a 0 on the opponent's scoreboard. That would be ideal. That'd be the thing I'd love to see this weekend. Point-wise, as long as the offense looks like it's still running and operating pretty smoothly, I'd be content. I'm not – honestly, if someone said they wanted to take Kent State plus 45.5, and I did check that line, that is the actual spread, they probably have pretty good odds there. I don't know if we have an offense that can score that many points. Have we even scored that many points this season? Someone will have to.
42, I think, is the high against Temple, right? Because we beat Illinois State 35-3, Temple 42-3.
But that was technically through 3 quarters. I mean, we put Hawk in, who will be our quarterback, but they all clearly slowed down in the 4th quarter.
I mean, still, we wouldn't cover the spread.
It would not. If you win 42-0, yeah, you don't cover.
No.
I'm also excited, I think, that this is the last weekend with the exception of our second bye week that we kind of get to just cruise into stress-free football. It's always a good weekend when you kind of just know that you're not panicking or not worried about anything. You know, after this game, it's the gauntlet that Emily talked about in the last show. It's really it's among us. So it's kind of fun to have that last weekend of let's just chill, and then it gets real. But I still hope that we just look good. I mean, it's Kent State. You're gonna win. Let's make it pretty.
And you want to leave this weekend injury free. I think that's another thing that this coaching staff is ensuring. So probably going to see a lot of rotation. Probably some of the freshmen using some of their games before they have to be redshirted for the rest of the year. You know, the person I guess that would be the guy to watch is probably going to be like a backup, like a Taylor Wine, or PJ, just to get
Taylor
them.
Line rolls a lot with the regulars.
He goes out more, but still the starters are still Marvin Jones Jr. and R. Mason, so he might get a little bit more run in the second and third quarter. Hopefully, Okoye gets more run.
Say like the Danny Okoye game would be kind of cool.
Yep. Other than that, I mean, you mentioned it. Jade Knott needs to just have a game. If he had to play 3.5 quarters, I wouldn't hate it. Get him.
Yeah,
Go.
I'm with you guys on that one, but at the same time, like you said, Hose, staying injury free. I would hate for those guys to come in and like basically fresh into the season off of injuries, playing Kent State, and then something happens and then they're injured right before Texas. It's kind of like the love hate of having cupcakes like this so far into the season, you know? But I mean, no, I think it'll be great to see those guys play. It will be great for them to play, get actual gameplay, especially because the Red River, it's not a home game, it's not an away game either. Like it's neutral site, but it's like a different, we've all been to that game. Like it's just such a different atmosphere. So yeah, it would be good for them to get some actual playing time. But yeah, you'd also hate to see any injuries happen.
Yeah.
I did just look up Kent State's games so far this year. They have played Merrimack. Don't know where that is, but they did win. Then they played Texas Tech and lost 62-14. And they played Buffalo in a nail biter, 31-28.
They won or lost?
They lost. And then they got stomped by Florida State, 66-10. So
they really Texas Tech, Florida State, now us, they really loaded the get paid games on their schedule this year.
They really did.
Get some money and go through a gauntlet real quick.
Fuck, maybe they're trying to collect some of the NIL funds for this transfer portal, see if they can put a decent squad together.
Hey, I can respect that, honestly. Yeah, I don't think this game's going to be a problem for us. Speaking of gauntlets, though, and I know we're going to go into some of the other SEC games a little bit. I was looking at Vandy because they play Alabama this week, and I was like, okay, they got Alabama, like they're undefeated this season. And then I was looking at the rest of their season, and I was like, they've got a gauntlet. Every team we also play, and they still have Auburn towards the end of the season. We've obviously already played them, but I was like, dang, like we also have that gauntlet coming for us, but it's exciting, like put these easy, it's kind of the same, like Brandon, you said, like, okay, great. We can walk into this no sweat, like a bye week, no sweat. And then, it gets a little stressful when you get into the conference play, but it's also way more exciting to look at your schedule and see you got Tennessee or whoever on the schedule. So I'm excited for it.
I think maybe you guys would disagree, but looking at all the schedules, like the Texas schedule before the season started, we probably all said this thing looks like a cupcake. If they don't make it to the SEC championship, they fucking suck. But it might not be as difficult looking on paper because of the brands, but Vanderbilt, they have to play them. They're playing well. Mississippi State, they have to play them. They've been playing well. They still, where are they playing? They're going to Florida this weekend. That defense has played pretty well. I mean, I guess the kind of judging them against some pretty shitty offenses. I guess LSU's offense is not very good, but I guess neither is Texas offense. So we'll see which Texas offense shows up for this weekend's game. I don't know let me look up the rest of the schedule, but I think like if we all like reassess our judgments of all the schedules, maybe with the exception of a few, they don't look as easy as they once did, and some don't look as hard as they once did.
Yeah,
I don't think Oklahoma's schedule looks nearly as hard as it did before the season started.
I mean, it's still pretty tough. I think the only team that really doesn't look as like we thought they might be is South Carolina, and they may have rebounded against Kentucky, and they might be right back to being really good. Who knows? But I was going to say the only thing another thing that I don't love necessarily about this weekend for us is Texas kicks out like the same time as us, because I would have liked to watch a little bit of. And I guess if you're watching from TV, you can. This is my last game to go to, so I'm going to be checking it out. But I'm very curious to see how Archibald looks against Florida in the Swamp, because he came out and lit up Sam Houston or whatever, and everyone says he's back. And I want to see how he performs against Florida in Gatorland. I think that's going to be a different atmosphere than he's played in, except for the Ohio State game, and he wasn't great in that game. So we'll see how he looks there.
Yeah, I almost feel like this is kind of a trap game for them, looking ahead to such a big game with Red River the week after, and they have to go to the Swamp, like you said. I didn't realize that game was at the same time as ours. That really sucks.
Yeah, well, our theirs is 2:30, but same but different.
Yeah, but definitely gonna have to screen that one. But yeah, no, I think for Texas, maybe. I don't know. I want it to be a trap game, but I also want them to walk in with a lot of confidence. So I don't know. It could go either way. That'll be a really good one to watch. And again, watching Arch Manning on Might Be Ass Watch. So
here's a question for you guys. I got asked this earlier this week. Would you rather see Texas lose this week and come in maybe with a little bit extra urgency next week in Red River, or you don't really care the outcome because Red River is Red River, and it'd be cool to have a top 10 matchup, or what do you guys have a preference there? Because that was more on the if they win, that's gonna be pretty cool because it's a top 10 matchup, and I can't remember the last time OU Texas was that type of matchup going into it.
It was 12-3. We were 12, they were 3 last time. 2023 that we beat them. Obviously 2024 was not good to us. I don't care. I think no matter what happens in the Texas Florida game, I think Texas can go out there and win by 40 or lose by 40, and I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference in the Red River game. I think if they lose by 40 to Florida, who's not looked very good this season, we're all going to be feeling pretty excited about our chances. But we'll see. I just don't think it. To me, I don't really care if Texas loses. It's always fun, and if they win, the top 10 matchup is fun. It's a better win on your resume if it happens, just for your playoff chances and all that good stuff. But I think no matter what, even if Texas loses to Florida, I don't know how far they'll fall, but either way, I mean, beating Texas, it's going to be good on the playoff resume, just because the committee's going to suck them off no matter what.
I mean, at this point, we can claim 2 top 25 wins, right? Michigan was top 25 at the time, and Auburn was top 25 at the time.
Top 25.
That's true. I don't think Auburn's ranked anymore, but at the time, they were.
They were 25.
Yeah.
What's the next topic, Emily? I kept cutting you off there.
No, you're fine. If you guys have any other SEC games, I do think though back to your question about the Texas coming into Red River, I feel like it's a balance of like, do we want them like if they lose, then they might have a vengeance. If they win, they're going to have a lot of confidence, which maybe we do want them to have a lot of confidence. But then you also balance it with like, do they have the talent? Who has the better talent? Like, it's also kind of a game of, whoever has the better talent is probably going to win, but it's also Red River, and you never know what's going to happen that game. It may not come down to talent and the best team. So, yeah, I guess it could really go either way. It's going to be an exciting game regardless. I think it's going to have a lot of hype around it, more than normal, regardless. Arch's first Red River, and it's starting, and John Mateer, TBD, coming back. According to Tortilla Presser guy from Chipotle, he will be back. He's back.
Chipotle had it first.
So I trust Tortilla Presser.
I hope so. That would be awesome if he really does play, and in fact that Chipotle was the ones who had it first and did break the news to us and everybody. I mean, I'm skeptical of it. I'll be honest. I think it's an awesome story and I think it's really cool, but do I really trust it?
No, I would hope not.
No.
Do I trust the random kid that is working at the Chipotle order line to break this big of a news?
What game does he get from
that? He took a picture with him at Chipotle.
He gets some internet clout, dude.
Do I think that John Mateer stood there in line and said, "Yes, I will be playing against Texas"?
Yeah, I do. I think he said whatever is going to get him his food the fastest.
Well, no, I don't think that. I think the kid probably 100% asked him, and John Mateer probably said yes.
You think he actually stood there and said yes?
Why not?
Maybe for some extra chicken.
Tell the Chipotle guy.
If this burrito is free, I'll tell you whatever you want, kid.
If you don't write XC on that bowl, yeah, I'm playing it against Texas.
I wonder if like the OU coaching staff is having as much fun as the Tortilla Presser stuff as we are as fans.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
I mean, wasn't it it's an Aggie's son that goes to school in Norman somehow broke the news.
It's the greatest post ever. He posted on like a Texas A&M like message board thing.
It was like Texags.
Yep.
I can confirm.
The best part of that too.
Like hell yeah.
College football, like for an Aggie to report that, and they're like, yeah, like John Mateer will be back for Texas because they hate Texas just as much as we do. That's why I love college football.
Oh, it's the best.
Did you guys watch the Oklahoma breakdown earlier this week? I think it was. I saw a clip of it, but Eichert said that they've like legitimately played around with the idea of having Dr. Shin on like the hype up video before the game at some point this season.
That's considered that?
Yeah, they've apparently said that. I saw the clip. I didn't watch the entire show because there's a million things of content to watch, and I try to watch all of them, so I don't have enough time. But I said that in the clip.
If you are Oklahoma and you know how much the fans, went crazy with Dr. Shin, like gifts, posts, memes, whatever you want to say, just went nuts with it. If he really can go against Texas and it's our turn for the hype video, it would be so cool if they put Dr. Shin somewhere in that video, and everybody on that Crimson side of the Cotton Bowl would lose their minds and be like, if that's the way you find out officially, like I hope John Mateer is listed as questionable all game week.
I love it.
Like, yes, he will be going tomorrow on Twitter, and you find out that way. Like, if the way you find out he's going to play in that game is if you're in the Cotton Bowl and you see like Dr. Shin somewhere. And all of a sudden
dude, I've already imagined it in my head. When Brett Venables at the end, Brett Venables says there's only one. We see Dr. Shin there with his finger out.
And then everybody knows exactly what that means. Like, holy shit, Dr. Shin just confirmed that John Mateer is playing in this game. And
I think we need it. It's a need.
And well, the earliest that could happen would be OU Texas, because then we're on the road at South Carolina, and he can't hype the crowd up there.
if he can go against Texas, yeah, like you got an opportunity here to do something that you might not have ever again. And like for that way to break it to everybody in the Cotton Bowl would be electric. And I don't know if any of us are going to that game this year. I know I'm not. You are going?
You're going?
I'm going. I
So
acquired
you would
tickets.
get to see it first.
Let's go.
If you're there, can you record the
I'll
hype?
I'll record it.
Just in case
Dr. Shit comes up.
Yes.
You have
I
to
hope
give
he's at
us
the game.
details immediately if Dr. Shin's in the hype video.
I'm going to be on the lookout, on Dr. Shin lookout all morning at the fair. Just seeing if I can watch him walk in. Maybe he comes off the bus. I'm like, holy shit, Dr. Shin is walking in with the team.
Electric.
Yeah, he needs to be on the video board, and then he also needs to come out of the tunnel.
Yeah, he needs to lead the boys out of the tunnel.
You take the weekend off and just come out of the tunnel, and then you
or
can go right back.
Even better, they hide him in the schooner, and when it comes out, they stop at midfield, like, and we're all gonna be like, "What the hell's going on?" Then he just pops out of the back. I'm here.
Oklahoma.
You're welcome.
Ideas. We're gonna need that.
But OU has to do it right and list him as questionable all week and never change that status.
Yeah,
I agree.
And
now I hope this happens.
Leave us in suspense, and then Dr. Shin.
As much as I would love to see John Mateer back, I think I'd be most looking forward to Dr. Shin being on the hype video or seeing him on the field celebrating that big win. Because apparently he did Jalen Williams' hand. He did Kobe's hand in the past. And this is what he's known for now. Repairing a college quarterback.
Is that he's the guy?
Apparently.
You guys ever break your hands? Dr. Shin can fix it.
Fly to LA. Do we want to talk about a couple more SEC matchups this weekend?
Yes. We were just saying earlier, we don't love the slate, but also my headphones died. So if we're having any sound issues on my end, it's past Emily's fault.
Before the podcast, as we only record twice a week.
You would think, but they were right where I left them last time, and we all know how we left last time. So we will just take a look at the slate.
If you don't know how we left last time, you should go back and watch.
You have to watch just the last 5 minutes of our last.
Skip to the end.
Awesome.
Okay. Nope. There's really nothing else. Kentucky Georgia is the only other matchup that I flagged, but only because
it's got to be a bad week to be a Wildcat, right? I mean, you got to think Georgia's not very happy, and Kentucky's just going to get not a fun time.
It's in Athens too. Those fans are coming for blood.
Yeah, it's a tough week for Kentucky.
Georgia's favored by 20.5.
I might pick them to cover if we're doing our.
I mean, A&M Mississippi. I feel like that's actually a good game, and it might be a crime that Mississippi State is not ranked at this moment.
If that game were in Starkville, I'd be with you.
Vegas.
Yeah, if that was in Stark Vegas, I would be a lot more excited about that game. I just think that the 12th man, Kyle Field does get rocking. If it was in Cowbell Land, though, I'd like it a lot more.
The 12th man was a good quarterback for Auburn away from losing.
Well, you could make an argument for Oklahoma,
but did they have 10 sacks? No.
And
only one Oklahoma.
They scored 16 points, but I mean, what did we score? 24?
More than 16.
24.
And a safety, including safety.
Gotta love safety. Outside of the SEC, usually I flag 8-9 games. Outside of the SEC, I only have Clemson, UNC, only because I think that Clemson will probably have a little bit of a comeback there. And I think it'll just be interesting to watch. And it's in that first slate of the day. I was going to say it's a 12 o'clock slate for me. It's 11 o'clock for y'all. And then Miami State.
For that game, for the Clemson USC game, or UNC game, I kind of hope Bill Belichick wins. And not because I hate Clemson, because I would love to see the meltdown that Dabo has in the post-game press conference. I'm assuming we've all seen
Yeah.
his
I was gonna say
rant.
he's always good for a couple in a season. Yeah, I think he's already had one this season.
Yeah, it was crazy. He did not like that people hold the Clemson Tigers to a higher standard than everyone else.
Well,
I don't
Dabo,
think
you set that standard, bud. Like, you did it to yourself by winning all the time.
Yep.
And now
Yeah.
he's not
Nope.
with the times. He's gonna suffer the same fate as Mike Gundy. I think that they're so similar in their approach to new age college football, and it's gonna run them both out of town. It already ran Gundy out of town.
Well, Dabo might find another job at another school. He already said that. He said, "Fire me. I'll find another job." How dare you fire me?
Florida, which I think would be interesting because, like, I think no matter where Dabo goes, he's gonna have to change his whole. I'm not doing transfer portal. I'm not doing like he's got to grow up a little bit. I know he said something about like he's only 50 something and he's still learning. Whatever. You got to learn how to like coach football in 2025, or this is gonna keep happening. But I do think that if he went to another different school like Florida, if they're looking for a coach at that point, if he does get fired this season, that he's going to be forced to do it. Like they're not going to let him. No one's hiring him somewhere else and saying, "Yeah, Dabo, keep doing what you were doing at Clemson." Like it's just not. No one's going to do that. So it'd be interesting to see if he's willing to do it, and B, if if he can be great again.
He should take the Arkansas job. That's like the most stress-free job. He can decide to not portal, but they'll be better than they are now.
Yeah.
They've got the money if he decides to portal, so he's got options there. They'll never fire him there.
I don't hate that.
It's an option.
To Arkansas. Don't hate it.
All right. Do we want to do we can do our pick slate?
Pick slate. I like it.
Of the week. All right. Y'all tell me, and I'm placing a parlay right now on the spot. Brandon, you already said your pick. What time is the game that you picked?
I don't remember, but I'm going to do Iowa State plus 1.5 against Cincinnati. I just think it's Bearcats, and it's hard to not win by. They'll win by 3, is what I think at least.
Do you want to look up what time that game is?
I can find that for you.
I'm scrolling. Part of me wants to take. I didn't even look at my bets this week. Part of me wants to take Florida plus 6.5, just being a hater. But because I love to be a hater.
I actually found the game I'm gonna take. Arizona minus 20.5 versus Oklahoma State.
I was looking at that one. I was gonna take Oklahoma State plus 20.5, only because I think they might have a little bit. Who even is their head coach right now?
Doug Meacham.
Yeah. Was he their wide receivers coach?
I don't know what his role was prior. I know he's the guy who's been there and then left and then he's back. And Emily, it's the early slate is the Cincinnati Iowa State 11 noon whatever.
All right, so Cincinnati minus 1.5 or Iowa State plus.
Iowa State plus 1.5.
Got it. Okay. Hose, what are you liking?
Arizona minus 20.5.
Right. Okay.
That's in Tucson too, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I like that.
10 of people from Oklahoma State hitting the portal.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Do I choose to be a hater or do I pick a safe bet?
Well, is anything really safe?
Yep.
Do what?
Gambling is not safe.
Yeah, investing.
It's
Potential investments.
Actually just giving money to ESPN Bet at this point.
It's your favorite charity.
It has been so far this season. Okay. What do you? If you guys had to place another one, what would you do? Because do we like West Virginia plus 18.5 against BYU?
Are we just all seeing Big 12 this week?
I don't know. Is it in Provo?
It is.
Provo is a scary place to play.
No, but they haven't proven much this year. Let's look at who they've played. I know they played ECU, beat them
That's
in
impressive.
Greenville. It's
Played Colorado and squeaked out a win. And then they played Stanford and Portland State.
We kind of like the Michigan minus 17.5 against Wisconsin line when we were talking earlier.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we did like that. Okay, that's going to be mine.
Because Wisconsin might be us.
So is that yours then? You locking it in?
That's going to be me.
So
All right.
so we got Iowa State plus 1.5, Arizona minus 20.5, and
Wisco.
17.5.
That's the one.
I can find it. I get to play this game every week. Can I find the game that I'm looking for?
They should really have a search function there for you.
And they don't. Well, I think they do, but I like to take the hard road. Okay, we're going to find it. Does anyone know what time they play?
I can look for you. I think it's 11 too, though.
Oh, found it. Okay, Michigan minus 17.5. Got it.
Nice. Good find.
All right.
Great picks, everybody.
Great picks. If you're still here and you want to gamble, I think those are free.
They are free, and yeah. And you should live in a gambling state if you want to gamble. I feel like we have to say that.
should do that.
And I do. So
nice.
The great state of North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right.
All right. Should we wrap this up?
Money in our pockets.
I think that's
I
all
do believe we've said it all.
All right. Brandon. Wrap it up, Brandon.
Beat Kent State. Thanks for watching. Ride our picks of the week because they're free. Get rich. Boomer Center.
Only if you legally can do it. Love you. Bye.